Hey, what's up? My name is Chihiro and welcome to my kitchen. Today we'll be making the takoyaki, which is basically a ball of awesomeness with a big juicy octopus in the middle. First invented in the great city of Osaka like 100 years ago, it's now Japan's favorite street food, most similar to a corn dog in the US. It's so easy to make that it's very popular amongst college students who often host what is called the takoyaki party, which is exactly what it sounds like. You know, in the US, college parties are all about like drugs, alcohol, sex, or whatever, but us Japanese people would never do such degenerate acts. Well, anyway, today we'll be using a specialized takoyaki hot plate. If you do a quick Amazon search on a takoyaki maker, you can easily find a bunch of options for like 20-30 bucks, which is easily worth your investment, even if you only cook once or twice a year. Well, anyway, let's just get right into it, yeah? We'll be using the leg of the octopus, which should be enough for the 16 balls we're making. Sprinkle some salt and we'll massage the octopus to make it nice and tender. But don't just jerk it aggressively, as that will defeat the purpose. Instead, be very gentle, sensual even. Now we'll boil the octopus in a dashi broth. We made our dashi broth in a previous video, but as a quick reminder, leave 10 milligrams of kombu in 500 milliliters of water for about an hour, then bring it to a boil. Take out the kombu and simmer 13 grams of katsuobushi for about 3 minutes. Filter everything out and you'll get a nice golden dashi broth. You can also use a pre-packaged dashi powder to bypass this process. Now place the octopus into the boiling dashi broth. Boil the octopus for just a minute or two, otherwise it will get too hard, which in this case is not what we want. Take it out and now it's time to cut. At a takoyaki party, it's customary to cut the big pieces for whoever you're trying to hook up with, and the little pieces for your rival. But it's just me this time, so we'll cut it as evenly as we can. Now set it aside and we'll prepare the sauce. Leave the dashi broth as we'll use it later. You can find pre-made sauces at your local Asian grocery, but it's always more fun to make your own. It's easier to make in bulk, so we'll have enough for a lot of takoyaki parties. Pour 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of dashi broth merrier, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, and finally 2 grams of sugar, then mix it all up. Now on to the batter mix. Into a large bowl, pour 300 grams of flour, 800 milliliters of water, 100 milliliters of our dashi broth, half a teaspoon of salt, and 2 eggs. Oh, whoops, I'm not gonna reshoot this. Mix it all up, making sure there are no little chunks left. It'll feel very watery like this, but that's what makes it all juicy and soft in the middle. Now thinly slice some green onions, just enough to cover the entire hot plate. We'll be using tempura crumbs to fluff up our balls more, but that is entirely optional. Now we got everything we need to start the cooking process. Set the plate to medium heat and cover the entire surface with oil. Use something like a brush to cover the surface as much as you can, as it will make the ball flipping process much easier, as well as giving it a nice crunchy exterior. After about 2 or 3 minutes, pour the batter mix onto the hot plate. At this point, filling about 3/4 of each hole. Now place the octopus pieces into the holes. The balls in the corner holes are more likely to be undercooked, so if you got small pieces, put them there to give your rival a double whammy. Now evenly place the tempura crumbs, as well as the green onions. Now pour the batter mix up to the tippity top. Now cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. Meanwhile, use wooden picks to cut lines across the top, creating a grid pattern while it cooks. It should end up looking like this. Now flip over each ball 180 degrees and try to put as much of the batter on top into the balls. It will look a little sloppy at this point, but it will round out as we continue cooking. Now repeat this process in a twisting pattern, again putting any remaining mix into the balls. A professional takoyaki chef would move 10 times faster, but we'll focus more on getting it right. Now turn up the heat just a tad, and for 3 minutes, continuously turn each ball 90 degrees in a twisting fashion, ensuring all sides are evenly cooked. In the end, it will look crispy like this, but with a soft interior. Now place the balls onto a plate and get the sauce. I prefer to gently brush my balls with a brush, but you do you. Now sprinkle some seaweed flakes, aka aonori, and top it off with katsuobushi flakes. 完成した! Oh, I just love hot steaming balls in my mouth. A nice cold beer would go really well with this. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Sapporo. You know, other than this dish being spectacular, I was actually inspired to make this dish due to this painting. Now, this piece that some of you may recognize is called the Great Wave of Kanagawa, created by Katsushika Hokusai, or just simply known as Hokusai. I wanted another work of his to replace this, called The Dream of the Fisherman's Wife. This tasteful piece is that of two octopuses, pleasuring a woman, but unfortunately it'd be too annoying to edit out the naughty bits every single video. But I thought, hey, at least I could teach you the best octopus dish of Japan, and hope that it brings you the same joy as it did to this woman. I'm running out of appropriate things to say, so until next time,